founder is William Williams, a signer of the Declaration of Independence. Now, Willie Williams, as I like to call him, he was from Connecticut, and by the 1770s, he had already married into the Trumbull family, and of course, one of the Trumbolls was a longtime governor of Connecticut, the only governor to both be a royal governor and then continue on as a patriot governor. He also has, he's a town clerk, he's a church deacon, Williams is a militia colonel, he's on the town councils, he serves on a bunch of committees, he's just a doing everything for his town kind of guy. And that's why, once the British start doing some taxing he doesn't like, he writes a few papers to, publish in the local newspapers and talk about why everything's so terrible that the British are doing. Because of this, he becomes a real leader in his community. In fact, when the Battle of Lexington and Concord breaks out, William Williams, he actually donates a lot of his own money to raise troops to go support neighboring colony of Boston. And he walks from house to house getting money from his neighbors to support them. Because of this, he's seen as an important revolutionary, and he's sent to Philadelphia to join the Second Continental Congress. He is there to replace the ailing Oliver Wolcott. Don't worry, Wolcott gets better. But he gets there after independence has been voted for. He has nothing to do with independence. He shows up a little bit late because someone else got sick. And he gets there just in time to see everyone signing it. And William Williams says, hey, I know I wasn't here for this, but can I sign that? And they're like, yeah, man, go ahead. And Willie Williams gets his name on his John Hancock, if you will, on the Declaration of Independence right under John Hancock. Now, William Williams sticks around for a while. He's actually appointed the committee that drafts the Articles of Confederation. Now, of course, the Articles of Confederation originally are mostly John Dickinson's handiwork, but once Dickinson leaves, because he doesn't want to vote for independence, a committee takes over, and William Williams is one of the people that finalizes the Articles of Confederation, which, doesn't work out, but is extremely important as the first government of the United States of America. Now, he returns home after the Articles of Confederation. He's back in Connecticut for a while, and then the ratification of the Constitution comes up. And William Williams goes to the Connecticut Ratification Convention, and he's there as an anti-federalist, and he votes against it for a reason that our modern ears might not love. He doesn't like the Constitution because there's no religious test. Now, I'll remind you, many other founders were very upset that there was nothing prohibiting religious tests, and the First Amendment in the Bill of Rights a few years later would specifically say freedom of religion was a very important thing. William Williams actually believed, again, of the many things he had done earlier in life, he had trained as a deacon, as a minister for a while. And he thought religion was necessary for the character of a man, or a leader, I should say, although he would have said man, I will say leader. He thought that to be a leader in this particular type of nation, you needed to be able to pass a certain amount of questioning regarding your religious beliefs and your understanding of religion, because that not only spoke to your character, but your understanding of how the United States government should work. Again, he wasn't really against the Constitution itself. He was against the idea that there was no religious test. I'll remind you that at this point, and for years, for 30 years after the Constitution was signed, Connecticut still had a state religion. And one of the reasons there's the Bill of Rights has freedom of religion is to make sure the federal government can't have one national church. But that doesn't prohibit the individual states from having state churches. And Connecticut did for a long, long, long time. And being from such a pious state as Connecticut, you can kind of see where William Williams would be coming from with his feeling of the need of a religious test. Now, I will say, despite these reservations and despite coming at the convention as an anti-federalist, William Williams does actually change his mind and decide that there's one little thing that apparently everyone disagreed with him on. Not everyone, but a majority of founders were angry for the opposite reason. He throws his hands in the air and he says, okay, and he decides to vote for the United States Constitution and help Connecticut ratify the United States Constitution. And then he essentially retires, I'll put in quotes, to the position of county judge. And he spends the last 20 years of his life as a local county judge in the state of Connecticut, in the nation that he helped build. So that is a brief overview of the life of William Williams. definitely hit like and subscribe for American Revolution 5 days a week.